I don't know, girl. The milk just was not flowing. Tell me why I went from a C cup to an F. F as in Frank.
Kushe, 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 bo. Them sabi me. Yeah.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. It's another redefined sit down video where I'm sitting by myself and I'm talking. I'm drinking my coffee, and today I'm just gonna be Don't even pay attention to the fact that I have a chipped nail. We're still in quarantine. Your girl tried some press-on nails. Anyway, that's a whole different topic, girl. If this is your first time, make sure you subscribe. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up and then comment if you really have something to say so we could be friends or cousins or sisters. Sis? Today I wanted to just do a video speaking more about motherhood, highlighting some of the struggles and the difficulties that I'm having postpartum. Even though it has been a year plus now, my youngest is 1 and 2 months, February, March, April. She's 1 and 2 months, 1 year old and 2, whatever that, add it up. What's that? 12 plus 2. She's 14 months old. And then my oldest, she's 2 and a half, almost 3. So I just wanted to kind of speak on motherhood because I really do enjoy fellowshipping with other mothers, coming together, talking about our similarities, our differences, the do's and don'ts, and just, you know, about life. Life with kids and marriage for those who are married. Girl, so today I really wanted to highlight some postpartum insecurities that I have that some of you moms may be able to relate to. I'm really focusing on getting things back in order and back together postpartum, especially when it comes to my body, which I will have to most likely do a separate video elaborating on that and the action steps that I'm taking towards improving that. But yeah, let's just go from head to toe. Let's start with the body and then veer onto the other things that aren't so physical. I'm going to be highlighting about 5 things. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Anyway, girls, we going from the hair to the toes. Okay? So here we go. Girl, as you know, if you are a mother, there is some hair shedding and loss that can happen while pregnant or postpartum. I did not experience any of that. Luckily, if anything, my hair was flourishing. What? Girl, alopecia where? Because I usually have like issues with my edges. I still do. I'm not gonna say I usually do. I still do. That's another thing I need to work on. The edges. If anything, I don't know if it was the prenatals or whatever, being pregnant, even afterwards, my hair was flourishing. Like, it became very thick, lustrous, shine. It was just cute. It was nice. My hair made it through pregnancy unscathed. And when it came to my skin on my face, we're going from head to toe, girl. Stick with me, head to toe. I grew up having problematic skin. I'd say it probably started in middle high school. Girl, I have tried it all, from topicals, lotions and stuff, to birth control, more systemic approaches, even to Accutane. Honey, I've done it all. And you know, Accutane is one of those things, like, it's really harsh. Dermatologists, they usually don't want to even have that liability on themselves because there are some regulations that you need to follow to continue taking it, like doing your blood work, making sure you don't get pregnant, taking pregnancy tests every month. Girl, it's a lot. I was willing to do any and everything though to clear up my skin. Anyway, during pregnancy, my skin was glowing, honey. Glowing. During both pregnancies, and again, I don't know if it's because of the vitamins or what, but these kids, Layla and Lena, I appreciate y'all. Because my skin, every time I was pregnant, would just be glowing. Then right after the pregnancy, back to the basics. So yeah, girl, when it came to my skin on my face, the kids really got me together. I really appreciated that glow. Then moving down to my neck, I didn't really experience a lot of blackening or increase in melanin in my neck. I know some women do experience that. You know, I don't know if that's something I would really be insecure about anyway, because that's just a part of pregnancy, you know. I'm focusing more on postpartum insecurities, but that is something that if you have been pregnant before or you're pregnant right now and you're experiencing like an increase in melatonin in the neck, girl, it's just a part of the process. This too shall pass, girl. This too shall pass. Let's go down to the breast. The breast. Had this been about 3 or 4 months ago, I would have said that my breasts were my biggest postpartum insecurity 3 or 4 months ago. Present day, that is no longer the case. Woo, child, the breast. So during pregnancy, before pregnancy, I was a C cup. You know, I used to get my bras from like Victoria's Secret, and then I used to have my favorite Victoria's Secret quote unquote bra, which was more like stickies that brought your boobs together, so you didn't have any straps. It was just like, that's how small and manageable my breasts were, that I could just stick them and then I would have like a push-up. And I will link that below if I can find it. I think they might have discontinued it, but it was literally one of my favorite things. You know how Oprah has her favorite things? That was one of my redefined favorites, okay? This bra was amazing. Your girl can't wear that thing anymore. The amount of sagging that my breasts have experienced, it's one of the biggest insecurities that I have as a woman who had kids. Tell me why I went from a C cup pre-pregnancy to an F cup, honey. F as in Frank. C as in cat to F as in Frank. Girl, during pregnancy, my bras began to like really be uncomfortable on me. You know, with the C cup that I had, I was used to not wearing bras every now and then. It didn't really matter. I would cover my nipples, and that was pretty much all I had to do. I hope this isn't too much information. I would cover up my nipples, and then I would wear what I wanted to wear. During pregnancy, I stopped wearing my bra because it got uncomfortable and my breasts continue to grow and fill up with milk. During that time, my breasts were getting heavier and heavier, and I would support them a little bit with like the type of clothing that I would wear. I remember there was this one dress that I would wear, this one black dress that I wore all the time because it was the only thing that fit. I didn't really want to buy maternity clothes, and my friends would laugh at me for wearing the dress all the time, but I didn't care, girl. It was comfortable. It gave me a little bit of a lift without wearing a bra, so that's what I used to do. Lo and behold, girl, my breasts were just sagging, skin was just pulling, girl. Had I known. And my mom was telling me too, like, go get a bra that fits. In my mind, I just didn't think it would be that bad. Sorry, Mom. I guess I should have listened. She would love to hear me say that. So yeah, my breasts are really sagging right now, and it's to the point where I can't wear certain things that I used to be able to wear. Halter tops, off the shoulder, that I really used to enjoy wearing and that I took for granted, you know? Even now, I've tried all the gadgets, all the taping, all the everything. I can't even wear certain bathing suits if they don't have like a bra in them, because it'll just look really flat. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't know, too many opinions. Anyhow, if you're pregnant right now and you're thinking about not wearing a bra anymore, please don't. Just don't do it. If anything, make your bra tighter so that your breasts are coming up and the skin is not sagging. Like, so that the skin up on the top of the breast is still in good position to not stretch. Because if you get that stretch, it's hard to it's hard to get that life back. I've tried it all so far. If you have any suggestions for me that will keep me from going under the knife, feel free. Feel free. If you have any experience with what I'm talking about, postpartum breast sagging, feel free. Let's talk about it in the comments. Send me a DM, something, girl, something, because your girl needs some help. It's even to the point where I can't get bras from Victoria's Secret anymore because they don't carry my size. They don't carry an F for Frank. It's so difficult to find a bra that fits when you have like this extra skin at the top, girl. I found myself having to go to Nordstrom, and I found this really good brand. I'll link it in the description box for anybody who needs, but it's called Freya or Freya, F-R-E-Y-A. I found it in Nordstrom, and if you go on Amazon, you can find them on there as well. I'm telling you, this is a real ordeal. Like I said, one of my biggest insecurities. It would have been my biggest 3 or 4 months ago if something else did not take over. We'll get to that. Girl, even with this Freya bra that I did find, all it did was give me pretty good support, but it didn't give me cleavage. For the longest time, I was just going around with that bra, and there's no padding in it. It was just a mess, girl. It was a mess. I felt like I had finally found something that fit and was comfortable, but it really didn't give me, like, if I wanted to go out or wear something with a little bit of cleavage or was wearing a specific type of dress or shirt, you know, sometimes you just need a little oomph, and that bra did not give me that. So what I did was I went over to Bryant, yes, the store for plus size women. I just figured that would be a good place to go check. Girl, that place really saved me. I found 2 bras. One was a push-up and one was one that could just like hold the whole breast, because I like my bra to really cover everything so that if I wear a tight shirt, it's pretty smooth. I don't want it to be like lumpy, and that's what was happening anyway. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you want it to be smooth. You don't want it to be like lumpy. So I went over there, I found a bra, 2 bras that worked excellent. I will link these bras down below. They really helped me out. They really saved me. I just felt a lot more confident, and I never realized how much being insecure about your breast could affect you. Like, I really was down about dressing up, about wearing certain things. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I still feel like, man, I really took for granted the body that I used to have, the breasts that I used to have. I just want them back. I really wish I could just get them back, but you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't trade in the reasoning behind it. I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Motherhood is just one of those things that comes with a lot of changes. I'm just grateful and thankful that my kids are healthy and thriving. You know, you got to take the good with the bad, so that's what I'm doing. Like I said, I will link those bras down below for anybody who is interested and anybody who can relate. And if you have any that you feel like I should try out with the issues that I'm talking about, like it's hard for me to get push-up because, girl, the skin is sagging. So if you have any brands that you think I should try, please let me know. Shoot. This is an exchange, okay? This is an exchange. I need your help, so let's exchange. So we spoke about hair, skin, and neck, breasts. Now, specifically the nipples of the breast, I'm focusing on to speak more about breastfeeding. Breastfeeding for me has always been the most difficult part of pregnancy. It's just way more than I thought it would be to handle. I really did not have good experiences with breastfeeding. My milk would come out, but my milk was very limited. It wasn't even that the kids were not latching on. They latched on very easily. I did not have any issues with latching, but it was my milk production. And looking back on it, I know I wasn't probably eating enough. I know I wasn't sleeping enough. And I know I was under a lot of stress, more so with the first pregnancy than the second one. So those are probably some things that and number 1, I wasn't drinking very much water because I'm just not really a water drinker. Those are a lot of the factors that have to do with breastfeeding. But I tried to drink more water. I tried to do everything I knew that I was supposed to be doing, but I was able to breastfeed only for a few months, up to like 4 months, and I still wasn't able to exclusively breastfeed. I really wanted to try exclusively breastfeeding, but it was really stressing me out. It just takes a huge toll on the body. It takes scheduling, and breastfeeding is a lot of work. Kudos to all you mothers who breastfeed exclusively. That is amazing. Every mom wants to give their child the best. You really want to just do your best for your child. I felt that my best would have been to breastfeed, but at the same time, we did have some complications with Layla when she was in the hospital because she couldn't pass her first stool, and you guys have seen that video. If you haven't, go check it out. But the second pregnancy, I don't know, girl. The milk just was not flowing, okay? That, of course, is another insecurity that I had. Still have it sometimes, even up to today, because I'm like, well, how could I have done better? Maybe if I have a next one, I'll do everything right on my end that I can to try to make breastfeeding work, but we'll see. Moving down to my biggest insecurity. Now we are at the tummy. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened, but I don't know how it got this bad. So it's not even like about the stretch marks. I have stretch marks. They're not that big of a deal to me. I just see them as like battle scars for something that God gave me the ability to do and experience, and I'm very grateful. I'm not that keen on the whole stretch marks being, you know, in my way or anything. What I am keen on, girl, is my tummy. If I showed you my tummy right now, you would think that I was pregnant again, like 4 or 5 months pregnant, and I'm not, obviously. I actually am experiencing a condition called diastasis recti, which is ab separation. When women get pregnant, you know that dark strip in the middle of the belly? Like, this is the human body. I love the human, this is my profession right here. The human body, I love it. So that black strip in the middle of the belly that goes right down, right there behind it, like if you were to open up the belly and look at the tissues and stuff, you would see this connective tissue called linea alba. So the linea alba is between the abdominal muscles, your abs. So when you get pregnant, there's a hormone called relaxin. I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but for those who don't, and because I'm so passionate about the human body, I love it. So there's this hormone called relaxin that is released that pretty much relaxes a lot of your body so that the body can prepare for everything that's about to happen during pregnancy, for things to expand, for joints to be a little more loose. Stuff stretches when you're pregnant, obviously. So does the linea alba to make room for the baby and for the growth and development. You need to basically be able to keep up with what's happening with the baby inside of you. So the body makes all these changes. Your linea alba expands and your abs separate. And after postpartum, it all comes back together. Life is great, life is good. You know, abs again, I guess, for some of you. Not for some of us, not for the rest of us. Girl, for some of us moms, postpartum, the linea alba expands and it doesn't close back up. The abs don't come back together. It leaves you with a gap in between your abs, which is very dangerous because basically your guts could come out in between there. And your abs are the front part of your core. Your core holds your body upright and allows you to be able to use your arms and your legs properly and with like no pain, no fatigue, to function the way you're supposed to function. When the linea alba is open, it leaves space for your whole body to be out of alignment. This can lead to back pain. This can lead to other issues. When your core is not tight and together, it can open up opportunities for a lot of things to go wrong with the body. So that is what I have. And on top of that, I also have an umbilical hernia. Yes, you heard it here first. An umbilical hernia, meaning, well, okay, I'm not gonna say I have it because I haven't been medically diagnosed, but I'm diagnosing myself because I know what I'm talking about. And if you think you have any of this, please consult with your own personal medical professional. I am not your medical professional. Neither am I my own medical professional. Okay, let me just say I think I have an umbilical hernia. This is what I'm going through basically. I've been afraid to exercise or do anything strenuous. And really the way this happens is maybe during the initial phases of postpartum healing, I didn't give myself enough time to heal. I know I had diastasis recti after having Layla, the first pregnancy, but it was only a few fingers wide, maybe like 2 or so. I never really measured it, but it wasn't too bad. It was just a little separation that I could feel and see. And the way you can see it is, I'll do a whole different video for you guys to understand what I'm talking about a little better, but you basically see some coning if you do a little crunch on the floor. Yeah, I see that coning. I do a little crunch and obviously the abs are still separated. And the thing is that I had lost most of the weight. If you even look back to like the wedding that we were in, which I have to finish that video, the white wedding that Gassim and I were both in, I was wearing a fitted dress. Everything was pretty much decent looking, but then girl, I don't know what happened, girl. It just kind of all went to the wayside. I will say it's definitely a combination of the diastasis recti and some belly fat just from like eating sugar and stuff, because I've been so down about it that I'm like, shoot, I already look pregnant, might as well keep going. And I'll eat all the candy, all the chips, all the ice cream, girl. I'll just go in. I'm finally deciding to do something about that more recently, and I will let you guys know about that in another video. And I also know that it's kind of just tradition to tie your stomach after having a baby, but girl, this leads to my next insecurity that I have. It would make my vajayjay hurt every time I tied my stomach. And that was another indicator that my muscles were weak. My muscles were very weak. So every time I did, after having a baby, try to do some type of abdominal brace, binding of the belly area, it hurt down there. I just wasn't sure if my vajay was going to be the same ever again, because this huge person came out of it. And you know, I didn't ask for like the extra stitch that some people ask for to kind of like clank, tighten things up a little bit after having a baby. I didn't ask for no extra stitches. And then on top of that, I was having like some issues with incontinence and bladder control. This is the stuff stuff they don't tell you. This is the stuff that they do not talk about. If you are pregnant right now, don't be surprised. I'm pretty sure this is all normal stuff that I'm talking about here. But just, you know, just be alert, sis. Keep your eyes open, girl. Don't be oblivious. These things can happen. These things will happen. Talk about it. Talk to your doctor about it, how you can prevent it, like what you can do now if you are pregnant and haven't dropped the baby yet. Like, talk about these things with your OBGYN so that you can be on top of it early. But yeah, there were times where even if I sneezed, if I laughed, like getting to the bathroom in time was a struggle, girl. So I was like, if this is a struggle, how? Yeah, I wasn't sure if that joint was gonna work again. I'm just being honest. I wasn't sure. And I had friends that had had babies like right before me, and I had heard some horror stories about the healing of the vagina postpartum, and I was scared. And as much as I'm like a physical therapist and everything, I wasn't doing Kegel exercises. Actually, once I realized I had incontinence, I was doing that, but I couldn't really focus on it because I had so much going on, trying to attend to the baby, trying to take care of myself. Also, like, I just wasn't doing Kegel exercises. I would highly recommend that if any of you moms out there have experienced any of this so far that I've talked about, please talk to your OBGYN, somebody, your mother, an experienced friend, acquaintance, mentor. Talk to somebody, because these are things that need to be discussed so you can take some preventative measures, girl. Don't be like Marie with the saggy titties at 30 years old. Oh, Lord. And honestly, like, the reason I can talk about this and kind of laugh about it is because it's a big deal to me, but at the same time, it's just like, that's life. It is what it is. I'm more grateful to have, like I said before, healthy, thriving children than, you know, boobs that are still perky or a vagina that's still tight. Which I hope it is. I hope it is still tight. Anyhow, so the last insecurity that I do have is not actually a physical insecurity, but it's more of a relational type of issue. Since having kids, it's been very difficult for me to maintain relationships with people, like family and friends, people I used to speak to all the time. It's just so hard for me. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm not really a big speaker. I don't speak a lot, but I do understand the importance of maintaining relationships. And I've been kind of pretty good at doing that before having kids, like even mentors and such, like even people who aren't like blood related in my family. I did a pretty good job of reaching out, keeping up with birthdays and things like that, but it's really been a struggle for me. I find it really difficult right now to multitask. When I'm on the phone or if I'm catching up with somebody, I don't want to be distracted by like kids running around in the background and be shouting like, sit down, go do this, what are you doing? But that's what I find myself doing. I tried so hard for the longest to not do that. I almost felt like it was being disrespectful to the person who I was speaking to, but what I've come to realize is that people understand, other people have other things going on as well, and that I don't have to be fully focused and present during a conversation. Now that we're living in Houston and everybody else is like outside of Houston, it's really over the phone. I find it so difficult to call people, just check on people, and I get on myself because I don't do it enough. I'm just trying to hold myself accountable. Even by saying it in this video, it's like saying, okay, Marie, what are you actually gonna do about it though? So I'm going to hold myself accountable to reach out to people more, to check on people more, because you just never know what people are going through. And I would like to be that supportive friend, sister, family member who checks on people. I think the reason I feel some type of way about this is because my husband is a beast. If checking on people was a sport, he would be MVP. Okay, I don't know how he does it, but he literally keeps in touch with people even from like middle high school. Not even just keeps in touch, checks on them, is a part of their lives, is always there to lend a helping hand. He really has really close relationships with a lot of people. I'm just like, how? He has a really good strategy of checking on people as soon as he thinks about them. I would like to have some of that too. Like, I'd like to be able to maneuver in that way a little better. So you guys hold me accountable to doing that, okay? Thank you if you've stuck through this whole video, girl. Like, let's be friends. Make sure you subscribe, come back, comment below. Like, let's chit chat. Put your Instagram handle down below. We could talk on Instagram. I really do hope that we can create some type of community, a little motherhood community where we talk and just compare notes and help each other out. Like, give me some bra suggestions and we'll go back and forth with that and other little things too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and these type of videos. If you do, let me know in the comments. Please don't take offense if you can relate to any of this. Like I said, I am speaking about myself. Like, I am the one who has the saggy titties. I am the one who you know, has the diastasis recti, which I will elaborate more in an upcoming video, probably right after this one. But don't take offense, girl. Everything is figure outable. You can work on everything, get yourself right back together. But for now, just be confident with what you do have, where you are, the status of your body. And if you are not, do something about it. Try by any means to take little steps, even if it's just changing your mindset first. When I look in the mirror now, like, I don't say negative things about my body. I'm like, okay, I'll get to that. And right now, that's what I'm doing about my stomach. So there's a solution for most things. And if you have the resources to do something about it, do something about it. Improve your life, your lifestyle, your happiness, your confidence. When I'm more confident, when I'm more happy, everybody benefits because the whole house feeds off of my vibes, basically. So despite all of what I spoke about today, from the breast to the diastasis recti to the vagina, I would not trade having my kids in for any of it. So be on the lookout for my next video where I focus more on the diastasis recti and what I'm doing about my abdominal separation and all of that, because I'm going to make that very interactive. And if you guys would actually like to join me in a way with what I'm doing, let me know. Maybe I can create some type of support group or so that we can all do this together. Just be on the lookout for that next video, girl. It's gonna be deep. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate you all. I appreciate your time. Time is one of those things that you cannot get back, and I just love that you spent a few minutes of it with me today. So I will see you guys again in the next video. Stay safe, stay sanitized, and just stay blessed. Okay, bye-bye. From topicals, girl, had difficulty. Oh, baby is crying.
Baby, please me. You know it's in LA. You're so pretty. That's why I want you.